welcome back to Knowing the Game. And today I'm going to give you 5 first date mistakes that you've been making that's keeping you away from that second and third date that you've been missing out on. Mistake number 1, you're too defensive. Look, how do you expect somebody to get to know you if you won't even allow them to get to know you? I mean, if they're asking questions and you're not engaging in the conversation, if you're acting standoffish, if you're always offering pushback, then why do you expect them to like you? Are you just there just for a free meal or a free date or a free drink or whatever? Or are you just killing time in between the next date? If that's so, then you need to go ahead and just stop the date there and just move on to the next date. If your walls are this high, then that means you're just not ready to date, and that ain't cool. Mistake number 2, you're not asking enough questions. And that's gonna come back to haunt you in the long run, because whatever you don't ask, you can't blame them for not telling you. I mean, because things are a lot different now in the technology age. Everything's not necessarily organic. You're gonna need to force the conversation with questions. And the old cliche is you shouldn't ask your deal breaker questions on the first date. Well, I disagree with that, because you definitely need to do that, because it's gonna save you time in the long run when it comes to date 3 and 4, when you finally figure out that you don't like this person based on their religious views or their political views or anything of that nature. Because if you get those questions out the way, then you're gonna know everything that you need to know on the first date, and you'll be able to make up your mind going forward. Mistake number 3, being punctual. And I can't necessarily stress this one enough, because people covet their time a lot more than they covet their money. So if you're wasting both, then they're definitely not gonna be looking forward to a second or third date with you. Look, man, it doesn't matter how great that dress is or how nice that suit is if you're 15, 20, 30 minutes late. And I've actually even been on dates where they haven't even called and told me that they were gonna be late. They just showed up with a smile on their face like it was all good, but it wasn't. Needless to say, I didn't go on a second or third date with them because they didn't respect my time. So always keep that in mind. Be punctual, respect the other person's time. Usually dates are scheduled 2 or 3 days in advance, and you had plenty of time to time manage that situation. So that just lets the other person know that your time management isn't all that great. So if that's something that's gonna be a deal breaker for them, then you're definitely letting them know that you're not the one for them. Mistake number 4, trying too hard. Look, I understand it's the first date and you wanna make a great impression, so you're gonna be trying too hard, probably subconsciously. You're gonna be laughing too hard. You're gonna be engaged in certain things that you wouldn't normally do. The best thing to do is to just be yourself, because that's what you want them to accept anyway. If they can't accept you for who you are naturally, then it's not somebody that you even wanna go on a date again with in the long run anyway. So just be yourself. Nothing else is gonna matter after that. Finally, number 5, asking them, when will I see you again, or what did you think? I mean, this is poor timing for that particular question, because they haven't even gathered their thoughts on what actually just transpired. They really probably haven't even decided if they do want to see you again yet, or if they think positively or negatively of you. And for you to even ask that question directly after the date, that just shows them a sense of insecurity that you have about yourself and the potential that you have. So don't show them those cards just yet. Keep those under wraps. They'll control that compulsion to actually ask those questions. Whether you're a when will I see you again person or what did you think of me type person. Control that impulse and just save it. Trust me, if the person liked you and they enjoyed your company and they enjoyed your conversation, they will let you know, because they will ask you out again. And if they don't, then you tried your best. So those are my top 5 dating mistakes. If you have any more that you'd like to add on to the list, please leave them in the comments. And be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you like what you heard, because I have more content coming whether you like it or not.